Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network today from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush is the regular season finale as the visiting Platte Valley Broncos take on the Brush Bee Diggers. I'm John Beltran with Kevin Fergus, and a big game for these teams considering that they are neck and neck. Brush is 20th and Platte Valley is 21st in the 3A RPI. Both teams are headed to the playoffs. The Bee Diggers at 5-8 in league play, 9-13 overall. They've won 2 consecutive games. Platte Valley with a 5-7 league record, 11-11 on the season. They're coming off a 9-6 victory over Wellington, which snapped a 5-game losing streak. And during that 5-game losing streak, Kevin, one of the big surprises was the fact that they took Eaton to the wire, a 5-4 Eaton victory. So you wonder about Platte Valley's potential. They can do that to Eaton. Certainly this is a winnable game for either team because they're right next to each other in the standings.
Absolutely. Brush needs to get ahead in the ball game early, just as they've done the last 2 ball games. And I think that's key to the game, being able to get ahead, because I think Brush has got enough arms in order to be able to come in and shut down Platte Valley towards the end of the ball game if they need.
Yeah, pitching is not an issue for Brush. It's the hitting that's been an issue this season. Batting first is center fielder Jeremiah Molinar. The catcher, Nick Silva's hit second. Batting third is the pitcher, Howdy Johnson. Third baseman, Hudson Flummerfeld, hits fourth. Cody Rusnick, the shortstop, hits fifth. Dagan Gomez, second baseman, at sixth. The right fielder, Derek Kistler, at seventh. First baseman, Hazen Weber, eighth. Logan Hackett, the left fielder, hits ninth against Keaton Gillick. Opening pitch brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions are important. Visit buildingsbydesign.com. Way outside, and it sails to the screen. 1 ball and no strikes for the Bee Diggers defensively. At first base is Sawyer Albert. Landon Mesh at second. Tanner Ludgates at third. And the pitch is off the glove of Eicher. Gillick does not look good with those first 2 pitches. Shortstop is Percy Odell. Ben Metlin in left. Hunter Proctor in center. Caleb Jimenez in right. Wiley Eicher is behind the plate. And quickly, 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, not even close. Something's happening with Gillick out there, because he's normally a very good control pitcher, and he has missed very badly on those first 3 pitches. It's almost like he has either lost his mechanics or he's not 100% healthy, because he's not even close. 3-0. That pitch is outside, but that was close. Gillick going in with a 5.25 ERA, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Jeremiah Molinar. That'll send up the left-handed hitting Nick Silvas. Hopefully that's just one batter, and Gillick just has to get his wits about him, because that's not the Gillick that we've seen all season in terms of control. Open stands for Silvas. Very short lead at first, and that pitch, a strike just below the letters. No balls and 1 strike. Platte Valley as a team is hitting .279. Silvas at .405. And that's why that walk was critical, Kevin, because Molinar is only hitting .254, and yet he's got a 2-step lead. The offering, and the runner goes, and the throw to second is going to be late. But then again, it was a great jump by Molinar. 1 ball and 1 strike as the pitch was low. Stolen base for Molinar. And the Bee Diggers are wearing, when were these varsity uniforms, Kevin? These T-shirts, the maroon T-shirts with the gold lettering and the white pants. I don't think those have been varsity uniforms for a while, at least that I remember. The pitch swung on and lifted into right center field. A long run for Hunter Proctor in the gap. He'll make the catch. Molinar is going to tag, and the throw through to third up the third base side. 1 out, and the runner advances on the fly ball. Hit by Nick Silvas, 1 down. Yeah, I just don't remember. I mean, I remember those uniforms clearly, but not as a varsity uniform. Were they wearing those when you were the head coach?
We didn't have enough of these uniforms in order to be able to field a full team. I mean, there were some of these uniforms that were left, but we didn't have 9 of them in order to be able to go around, let alone 12 or 15 or 18, whatever you need for a full varsity game.
Pitches a strike with a fastball in the outside corner. Kevin will have the play-by-play from innings 3 through 5, and I'll do 1, 2, 6, and 7. Howdy Johnson, big, strong right-handed hitter. Swung on, that is lifted into shallow left field. The shortstop, Odell, on the edge of the grass is going to make the catch. 2 down. And that's an excellent pitch down in the zone. I think Gillick just recovered from whatever happened. He looked like a different pitcher with the first 3 pitches he threw. It seemed like those were his warm-ups, and now he's in a groove. Here's Hudson Flummerfelt, a .397 hitter, a junior for Platte Valley. 2 down, a man at third. A leadoff walk to Molinar. The pitch, swung on and lifted foul. That's drifting out of play down the right side. No balls and 1 strike to Hudson Flummerfelt.
Flummerfelt, he leads the team in hits as well as RBIs.
Well, so he's up there in the situation you want him in.
And that's what you want with your number 4 hitter.
No balls and 1 strike. Gorgeous day. A little hazy, but let's see the game time temp here. 64 degrees in Brush, the stretch. Swung on, drilled into deep right center field. Nobody's going to get to that one. Jimenez and Proctor will meet in the middle, so to speak, and the ball falls between them. And that will be an RBI double. Flummerfelt extends his team lead in RBIs. A double here in the top of the first inning. Platte Valley leads 1-0 as Molinar scores. And that will bring up the number 5 hitter, Cody Rusnick. Yeah, that thing was launched into right center. Rusnick at .323. Open stance, right-handed hitter. Platte Valley in their road grays. Nice-looking uniforms. I haven't seen those. They might have had them for a while. The pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Cody Rusnick. Hall of Fame manager Jim Leland said that 2-out hits are golden in baseball, without a doubt. And that's what just happened. Swing and a miss. Threw that heater right by him, and the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike to Cody Rusnick. I'll be with you this Saturday, next Saturday, when the Bee Diggers play in the district semifinals, wherever that will be. The pitch swung on and hit in the air to right field. Jimenez to his left is going back, still going back, and he makes the catch, and then crash. Oh no, the ball's out of his glove, and he's on the ground, and now Hunter Proctor's got to chase it down. And now the runner around third headed towards the plate, and Rusnick has an inside the park home run. And Caleb Jimenez is still down in right field. The ball was in his glove, but once he crashed up against the fence, the ball dislodged, and it's 3-0 Platte Valley. That'll be a straight up inside the park homer. And I'm not sure Caleb knew the fence was right there because it caught him by surprise. And I wonder if Tom Odell is campaigning for that to be a catch, because it was in his glove and it didn't come out until, I didn't see it squirt out of his glove, Kevin, until he crashed up against the fence.
Well, I thought the ball came out after he ended up hitting the ground. He hit the fence and then he hit the ground, and that's when the ball came out.
That could very well have been the case. Yeah, I wouldn't debate that either, but it's going to be scored a 2-run homer for Cody Rusnick. Right now he's in a sitting position at the warning track in right field. Well, the thing with Caleb there, I'm not sure he got the best jump. He didn't read that right off the bat, so he had to run a little bit more accelerated towards the fence. If you get a good jump on that ball, you can slow down as you approach the fence, but he was going at an accelerated pace, and that's why he crashed into the fence so violently.
And that's why you have the warning track. The warning track, soon as your feet hit those cinders or the gravel, you know you're getting close and you can start to pull back. But he went all out in order to be able to make the play, and unfortunately wasn't able to secure the ball.
Well, and sometimes, and you know those warning tracks, you can lose your feet a little bit from out under you if you're not totally aware of the warning track, and it catches you by surprise because it's a different surface than the grass. But nonetheless, Platte Valley leads 3-0 in the top of the first inning. RBI single, RBI double by Flummerfelt, followed by the 2-run inside the park homer from Cody Rusnick, still being attended to out there with 2 coaches, including Coach Odell.
Coach Odell and Brad Wolf.
Yep.
Coach Brad Wolf is out there just making sure that Caleb is going to be okay.
And let me tell you, 3-0 for Brush. That's a fairly big deficit. They can make it up, but they have not had They've not had some huge offensive games this year unless they're by far the dominant team. They just beat Strasburg 3-1. That was Wiley Eicher in that game going the distance in a 4-hitter. The Bennett game they won here, I believe, was 4-3. They've had a lot of low-scoring wins. So somehow they've got to bring the bats out today, which has not been a staple of this team's success this season. So Caleb is going to stay out there. And I think you're right. I think rerunning that play through my mind, I think the ball came out of Jimenez's glove once he hit the ground and not once he crashed into the fence. But either way, it's part of the catch. You've got to complete the process, so to speak. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Dagan Gomez from the number 6 hole. Gomez hitting 175, the right-handed hitter. He was in the left box, and then he switched over. The offering, swing, and a miss and a pitch tailing away. No balls and 1 strike. But, Kevin, that's why you don't walk the leadoff hitter. Not that it's ever done on purpose, but bad things happen when you walk the leadoff man. Swing and a miss. He blew it right by Gomez. It's 0-2.
Statistics, bear that out, that leadoff hitter who walks more than 80% of the time comes around and scores.
Without a doubt. That pitch is way outside. Ball 1, strike 2 to Dagan Gomez. 2 outs and a bases empty. 3-0 Platte Valley just underway. The pitch. That is a called strike 3 fastball down the middle. But the damage is done. 2 big extra base hits, including a 2-run homer from Cody Rusnick as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Platte Valley 3, the Bee Diggers coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bee Diggers starting lineup brought to you by B&B Appliance. With over 30 years of experience, they can help match the appliances to your needs at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan. That's B&B Appliance. Batting first for Brush is the shortstop Percy Odell. By the way, this is walk-up music. It's ridiculous. Let's just say that right now for those who can hear it. That's just ridiculous. Batting second, the left fielder Ben Metlin. The second baseman Landon Mesh hits third. The cleanup hitter is the third baseman Tanner Ludgate. The pitcher Keaton Gillick hits fifth. First baseman Sawyer Albert hits sixth. The right fielder Caleb Jimenez hits seventh. Hunter Proctor in center hits eighth. And Wiley Eicher, the catcher, bats ninth. And it's a fastball in there for a strike. No balls. And 1 strike from the right-hander Howdy Johnson. The offering swung on and lifted towards shallow center field. A base hit in front of Jeremiah Molinar. That was hit pretty much off the end of the bat, but the Bee Diggers need the offense. Down 3-0 in this bottom of the first inning. Here is Ben Metlin. Odell coming in hitting .313. Metlin at .261. Landon Mesh will follow. Tanner Ludgate in the cleanup position. Keaton Gillick hits fifth. Sawyer Albert sixth. The pitch down and away with a heater. Caleb Jimenez against seventh. Proctor and Eicher eighth and ninth. Just to recap, we'll get to the infield and the outfield for Platte Valley. 1 ball and no strikes. The offering, that's down and away. It's 2-0. Hazen Weber at first. Dagan Gomez, the second baseman. The third baseman is Hudson Flummerfeld. Cody Rusnick at short. Logan Hackett in left. And the offering runner goes. That's taken for a strike. Throw to second to slide. He's in there with a stolen base. Fastball in the inside corner. Jeremiah Molinar in center, and Derek Kissler in right. Nick Silva's behind the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ben Metlin. The pitch, the breaking ball's a beauty right down the middle. Belt high, it's 2-2. Sharp curveball thrown by the senior right-hander Howdy Johnson. The pitch, breaking ball's upstairs through the same pitch but different location. He's got a good one, Kevin.
Yeah, he's got a good curve, and, as he was warming up, I'm just thinking Brush is going to have a tough time with him today, just the way he throws. But unless he ends up walking guys just like that, right there, first 2 batters on base for Brush.
Well, and he threw him another breaking ball, and that one missed high. Now first and second with nobody out for the team's leading hitter, Landon Mesh. At least he was for a while. He's at .361. Ludgate's at .386, so they've got the 2 best hitters for average coming up, and Mesh is a left-handed hitter. Landon, a big first pitch swinger. The offering. Foul. That's a good pitch, but fouled back. Challenge him with a fastball in on the hands. No balls and 1 strike.
Howdy Johnson, 4.67 ERA. He's 3-3 on the season. He's thrown 39 innings coming into today and has 21 walks and 50 strikeouts in those 39 innings, John.
And the pitch is a strike, a beautiful breaking ball in the outside corner. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Landon Mesh. An RBI double by Hudson Flummerfelt, an inside the park 2-run homer by Rusnick. 3-0 fouled. That's hit off the foot of the batter. Foul ball, threw him a breaking ball. No balls and 2 strikes is the count once again. Platte Valley looking for a winning regular season record. The Bee Diggers just going for their 10th win, which is still important, double-digit wins. But they would flip, certainly, in the RPI with the Bee Diggers 1 spot ahead if Brush lost this game. No balls and 2 strikes. The offering swung on and driven into center field. It's got some carry to it. Molinar is way back, still going back. And the ball's over his head. It might have tipped off his glove. Around third is Odell. Odell's being sent to the plate, and no throw will be made. It's going to be a straight-up double for Landon Mesh. And it's 3-1 Platte Valley in the bottom of the first inning. And there is no doubt, there is simply no doubt that Molinar really got a poor jump on that, Kevin. He could have just kept running back, and he would have ranged under it. And for some reason, he kind of like nonchalantly, and then he started speeding up, but he did not get a good jump.
That ball had good carry on it, and it in a way it's like the ball that was hit where Caleb ended up going up against the fence. It just seems like the ball carried, and this ball carried out towards center field.
Here's Ludgate in the dirt with a breaking ball. Nice block over there by Silvas. 1 ball and no strikes, but I thought the one hit to Caleb should have been caught, and the same to Molinar, because there was room for both of them, but neither one of them got a great jump, and then all of a sudden, the ball was flying over their heads. Swung on and grounded to second. This will score the run. Ranging in, firing to first for the out is Dagan Gomez. Crossing home plate is Metlin. Mesh to third. It's 3-2 Platte Valley. Give Ludgate the RBI. And Keaton Gillick will now hit.
If you are not ready for the day,
Gillick, a sophomore, hitting .279. For Ludgate, that was his 8th RBI. The pitch is a strike to Gillick. No balls and 1 strike. Nice job by the Bee Diggers countering the 3-run rally by Platte Valley in the top of the first inning.
See if they can get that 3rd run in here, John.
And that's a strike with another fastball in the inner half at the knees. It's 0-2. The infield is playing back. They're conceding the run. Stretch by Johnson at the belt. The offering. Swung on, line caught by the off the shortstop's glove. Oh, it should have been caught. It was right there. He didn't look it in. It's into left field. I anticipated the catch, Kevin. There's no way you drop that ball. No RBI. That's a straight-up error by Rusnick. Quite frankly, it was hit well, but that's an easy play. And scoring is Mesh. The game is tied at 3.
Just like that. You know, I've seen that happen several times this year where easy plays are dropped by the infield. And the shortstop in particular.
Yeah, once again, no RBI by Gillick, even though it was a quality hit, but that's an easy play. Right in his glove, he just didn't look it in, and there's no reason to look anywhere else. It's not like the guy at third, or the runner at third was going to take off the pitch. Swung on and grounded towards right field. That's a chopper for a base hit by Sawyer Albert. Oh, what a gorgeous job of Albert going the other way. And the Bee Diggers extending their rally in the bottom of the first inning. As advancing to second is Keaton Gillick. Here's Caleb Jimenez. Tough season offensively. Started off like a house of fire with the 2 homers against Fort Morgan, but hitting only .178.
Umpire did a classy move. I mean, he knows that Caleb was up against the fence on that and was down for a little bit. Asked him if he was okay as he's coming to the plate.
That's a breaking ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. This is the part of the lineup that the Bee Diggers are going to need in this game and next Saturday. Jimenez, Proctor, and Eicher. The pitch swung on and drilled into the left center field gap. Molinar to his right, reaches out, it's off his glove. That will advance the runner from second to third. I don't think he'll be able to score. Oh, they're going to send him to the plate. The throw's up the third base side, and sliding in is Thatcher Queen, but the trail runner is out. You can't do that. Albert is out at third. The Bee Diggers cannot run themselves into an out. Queen scores, it's 4-3, but that's not a positive play all around. It scored a straight-up double, but again, and what a shot there hit by Caleb Jimenez. But tagged out at third is Sawyer Albert. Here's Hunter Proctor, who did homer in the playoffs last year. The pitch, swung on and grounded into left field. No, the third baseman snags it. No throw to first, but now Jimenez caught in a run down. Throw back to second. Jimenez is going to be tagged out. That was a great play by Flummer, fell diving to his left. I thought that ball got by him. It is scored a base hit because the play was made after. And now the inning is over. But that fielder's choice is going to go 5-4, and the inning again is over. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left. We head to the top of the second inning. It's a wild first inning from Sunset Baseball Field on a Saturday morning, and the Bee Diggers lead the Platte Valley Broncos 4-3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The last time the Bee Diggers played a baseball game, they defeated Strasburg 3-1. That was the total number of runs scored in the game 4. We've had 7 runs in the first inning alone. And the Bee Diggers in the top of the second lead Platte Valley 4-3. 7, 8, and 9 for Platte Valley against right-hander Keaton Gillick. Wind and pitch. And that is a check swing outside with a fastball to Derek Kistler, followed by Hazen Weber and Logan Hackett. The offering, swing and a miss on a pitch tailing away. Kistler hitting .259. He's a senior. 1 ball and 1 strike. The offering, swing and a miss. Evan James at the ballpark. He was 15 years old when he started with us, and now and that was 5 years ago. Somehow he's now 26 because he's a very mature man. Swung on and fouled back. See, the calendar sometimes lies. I mean, it's just. And you know what I blame it on? 2020. Remember that? The pitch. Way outside. And where things were going well, it was amazing. Amazing. Now it's all coming back to Evan and I. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, lined up, base hit into center field by Derek Kistler on a pitch that was up in the zone. And that's the way this second inning starts for Platte Valley.
John, if the runs were scored in the first inning and you start the second inning with a base hit, it's like we're going to be in for a long day with a lot of runs scored.
Here's Hazen Weber. Yeah, and I want to get home by 1 o'clock. Braxton Shelton, a 22 Brush graduate, pitching today for Alabama Birmingham as the ball is off the glove of Albert. He chases it down. That would have been an error on the first baseman because that's a perfect throw. Albert just had to go off the top of his glove, but luckily for Brush, Kistler stayed there. He's pitching against Memphis. And Braxton coming off a complete game 1 hitter last Saturday in a 15-0 victory against Florida Atlantic. The pitch, swung on and lifted foul off to the left. No balls and 1 strike. You know what I'm going to do this game? Have some fun. Right off the top of my head, Kevin. Top 10 baseball movies. I'm going to go 10 through 1. Every inning, I'm going to give you 1. Every half inning. I didn't do it in the top of I didn't do it in the first, but I'll do it second, third, fourth, fifth, and two per inning.
So you're going to give me clues, or
well, you know what?
And have me guess.
I can give you clues. I mean, these might not have landed in your top 10, but and let me tell you, it's tough. 9 and 10 and 11. I mean, those are tough. The stretch. The offering, swung on, line and a base hit in left field, and a throw to second for a potential force, but nothing doing there. Kistler's there. It's another base hit for Platte Valley, and the thing with Gillick, his pitches are up. They're all up, and that's base hit number 4 for Platte Valley. And mistake number 1 or 2 or 3 for me. Logan Hackett. Hackett will now hit from the right side. Hackett batting just 154. Got to get this guy. He might be bunting. You figure first and second with nobody out. We could see a bunting situation. The pitch swinging away, and it's outside. Yeah, didn't see him squaring the bunt. 1 ball and no strikes. All right, number 10 is an easy one. You and I have talked about this before. Brad Pitt.
This would be Moneyball.
That's from 2011. Yeah, that barely squeezes into the top 10, but too many good scenes. Squaring the bunt now, and he pops at third base side. Gillick has to throw to third, and the tag is applied by Ludgate. And it was going to be easier for him to tag than step on the bag for the force out. And there's 1 out because he was not on the bag, and Ludgate found it easier to apply the tag, so that was the right play. The fielder's choice goes 1-5, 1 out. It was a 1-hop bunt and an excellent play by Keaton Gillick. That's a really outstanding play. And here is Jeremiah Molinar, walked and scored in the first. The stretch and the offering. Swing and a foul tip into the glove on a pitch that was above the letters. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Moneyball, when they're scouting players or they're talking about Hatteberg and David Justice, I mean, that scene is terrific. The baseball scenes were solid. The offering, that's a breaking ball. Strike 2 in the inner half. The relationship with his daughter, Brad Pitt's character, who plays Billy Bean, the GM. A lot of scenes that I enjoyed in the movie. No balls and 2 strikes, but it barely squeezes in. Beats A League of Their Own, which was another one. Swung on and popped up on the left side. The Odell along the line. The shortstop is going to make the grab in fair territory. 2 down. The runners hold. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Nick Silvas, who popped to the center fielder, Proctor. Remember, all 3 runs by Platte Valley were scored with 2 down in the first inning, so the Bee Diggers have got to hunker down. It was 2 on, nobody out. Now 2 on and 2 out. Keaton Gillick looking to get out of a jam. Yeah, Keaton, like many other pitchers, more effective when his pitches are down. Too many pitches elevated in the first inning and 2/3. The offering, and that's up and away. Oh, a strike. Wow. How'd you see that, Kevin?
It was letter high. It was letter high. It had to be on the outside corner.
Okay, but that was preceded by an And anytime there starts with an I was
That's a hesitation.
That's a hesitation. No balls and 1 strike. Looking back. Time is called by Nick Silvas, then the umpire. 4 runs on 5 hits for Brush, 3 runs, 4 hits for Platte Valley. The Broncos have committed the game's only error, and that was a huge error because it would have ended the inning and allowed Platte Valley to maintain a 3-2 lead. The pitch, foul to the backstop. I'm not sure why I flinched. There's no reason to flinch with a fence in front of you. You flinched?
Evan flinched.
Yeah.
I saw Evan.
I don't know why I do that.
He was jumping back.
I usually don't flinch. No balls and 2 strikes. I mean, I don't even have trust issues, and I flinched. 0-2 to Nick Silvas. This might be a waste pitch. Here it is. That is a little bit low and away. Good pitch. Great spot by Gillick.
It looked like Wiley was deking the batter. I mean, he initially put his glove up high enough and said, right here, and then he slinkered down right where he wanted the pitch, and that's right where Keaton put it. But it was just a little bit low.
Here's the stretch with a 1-2 offering to Silvas. The pitch. Curveball is grounded right side. A dive by Albert off his glove. It'll be picked up by Mesh. No play. Don't throw that at first, Landon. That's not the... I don't know why you do that. He almost threw it behind Gillick. I mean, sometimes you have to know when to eat the baseball. Do not throw it. It's an infield hit. That drives me crazy. I hate that extra throw. Well, it's not about me hating it. The coaches hate that. There's nothing good that can come of that. There was no play at first base once the ball deflected off Albert's glove, and Gillick did a nice job of snagging it behind him. Here's Howdy Johnson, who popped up his first time out. Swing and a miss. Threw that one right by him in the outer half. It's 0-1. Yeah, don't give away a run. Platte Valley's already given away 2 runs because they made a huge defensive miscue, not looking an easy line drive into the glove by the shortstop Rusnick. And the offering. That's low. Took something off at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, if this Brush team is to advance next week, I mean, they'll be playing next week, but you can't make any unnecessary throws or plays. Got to stay and play clean baseball. 1-1 to Howdy Johnson, right-handed hitter. The offering, foul to the backstop. Up in the zone, but got the outer portion of the plate. It's 1-2. Platte Valley, despite all those runs in the first inning, left the bases empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The bases are loaded, 2 down. Gillick with a pitch, up and away with a fastball. Ball 2, strike 2.
Last week when Keaton pitched against Sterling,
Yep.
he started slow in that game as well.
2-2. Swing and a miss. He threw a fastball right by Howdy Johnson. A huge pitch by Keaton Gillick. Side retired in the top of the second inning. No runs. There were 3 base hits. No errors, and the bases were left loaded. An inning and a half complete. The score, it's Brush 4, Platte Valley 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the second inning. The Bee Diggers lead Platte Valley and Brush 4-3. 9-1-2. Wiley Eicher, Percy Odell, and Ben Metlin against right-hander Howdy Johnson, who allowed 4 runs, but 2 were unearned on a critical error. The pitch, breaking ball, is, I guess, up and in. And that's a good pitch. 1 ball and no strikes.
I like Howdy Johnson's curveball.
Yep, Eicher hitting 184. Swung on, grounded left side, base hit into left field between short and third. That's what the Bee Diggers need from this part of the lineup. And Eicher gets it started off in a positive fashion.
Next up to bat for your Brush Bee Diggers, Percy Odell.
Here is Percy Odell. Well, not the same walk-up music as we had in the first inning, but unless that first inning walk-up music was a tribute to somebody, then I'd have to apologize. The pitch. Fastball up and away, throw back to first, back and diving is Eicher. 1 ball and no strikes. I don't think walk-up music changes. You have 1 walk-up song per hitter, normally.
I don't think they've been playing anything as these guys have been coming to the plate.
Pitch. That's taken for a ball up and in, 2-0. Here to Percy Odell, 4-3 Brush, bottom of the second inning. 3-step lead for Eicher. He's going to take off. Yes, he does. That's taken for a strike. Throw to second is right there, but he slides. Oh, he's out. He's going to be called out. Oh, man, I thought he slid on the outside of the bag, which he should have. If he slides on the outside of the bag, I think he's safe, but the tag applied by Dagan Gomez, and he's caught stealing. 1 out. That's a good throw there by Nick Silvas. The tag applied by Gomez. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Breaking ball is perfect. On the inner half, bell tie, it's 2-2. Johnson ready. The offering in the dirt. Skips away from Silvas. Ball 3, strike 2. The Bee Diggers had leadoff singles in each of the first 2 innings, but Eicher eliminated at second base, cut down in the second. The pitch, swung on, grounded left side. Flummer fell to his left, grabs it, throws to first, 2 down.
Next up to bat for your Brush Bee Diggers,
Here is Ben Metlin, who walked, and he also scored. Kevin, then we've seen many games where all these runs are scored early, then the pitcher settle down. I don't know if that'll happen here just because the second inning has a couple of zeros up there, even though the Bee Diggers have 1 more out to play with.
Well, if Keaton does what he did with Sterling, I mean, he settled in and he started throwing well, and that's, Howdy Johnson with the material that he has in his arsenal.
Right.
I like the way he throws the ball.
The pitch. That's a strike. The first pitch was a ball, a breaking ball up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. To Ben Metlin. And the offering. Curveball is chopped to third. Flummerfelt on a big hop. Sets. Fires to first low, but in time. And Howdy Johnson faces the minimum in the bottom of the second. Kevin Fergus will take you through innings 3 through 5. It's Brush 4, Platte Valley 3. This is 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Top of the third inning, Kevin Fergus with John Beltran. Brush with a 4-3 lead. Hudson Flummerfelt comes to the plate. Made 2 plays in the bottom half of the last inning. 5-3 on the score card as he fielded well. First pitch, he fouled back into the screen. He doubled his first time up, and that ball fouled to the right field side of the screen, and Keaton Gillick ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
And that double drove in the first run for Platte Valley, which was ahead of Cody Rusnick's 2-run inside the park homer.
I thought Flummerfelt's hit in the first inning was one of the solid hits of the game for, well, they had 3 of them back to back to back where they hit the ball hard. And that ball is fouled to the screen. Keaton's still ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
And he's got more steam now on that fastball. I just think he had to loosen up. The 8 warm-ups or whatever they gave him were not enough before the game started as he steps off the rubber.
As Keaton steps back on the rubber, gets a sign from Wiley Eicher, his battery mate. The pitch is on the way. He takes a little bit off, and that ball hit out to center field. And Proctor had to, he started to his left as he was coming in, but the ball's carrying today, and Proctor had to jump in order to be able to secure that ball for the first out.
But he had him played perfectly, and that's very smart coaching. They had him shaded to right center, considering where he hit the ball his first time up, and there's one down here in the top of the third inning.
Cody Rusnick comes to the plate, and that pitch, a strike, letter high, middle of the plate. Rusnick is the one that hit the ball to right field, sent Caleb Jimenez to the fence and almost caught it, but it popped out, and then Rusnick was able to get in the park, home run. Second pitch to Rusnick.
Yeah, Rusnick, I think he took something off of that.
He took a little bit off, and Gillick ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And that ball fouled over into the swamp on the right side here in Brush.
This is amazing. Gillick threw 4 pitches outside the zone to begin the game. 34 of his last 43 pitches, 34 strikes, 9 balls. He's on track. Another one that's fouled back. I mean, he's just all over the strikes. He's not even wasting a pitch, Kevin.
No, and that's what we've grown accustomed to with Keaton Gillick. I mean, he just fires BBs. He throws strikes. He's always around the zone. So yeah, when he started off, his first 5 pitches of the game were balls. Strike 3, outside corner. Took a little bit off. Maybe that was a curveball, and Rusnick was left with the bat on his shoulder for the second out.
Yeah, I think he was anticipating some sort of hook, and for Keaton Gillick, that's his 3rd strikeout of the game already, and here is Dagan Gomez.
Dagan Gomez steps in against Gillick, and that pitch upstairs, ball 1. That's pitch number 50 for Keaton. 35 strikes, 15 balls. I might have missed one, John.
No, I've got 50,
I think
but
you
I have
had
36 and 14 is what I got.
Okay. Takes a little bit off the pitch, low on the inside part of the plate, but Gomez swings at the pitch and swings through it. Count evens at 1.
And he struck out looking his first time up. Sorry about that.
2 outs in the inning. Gillick, the windup upstairs, 2 balls and a strike.
Got to get to another baseball movie at number 9. I've got number 10 out of the way, Moneyball. My top 10 list. It's going to be controversial.
And that ball hit out to center field. Proctor comes in about 4 or 5 steps to his left, collects the ball for the out. So Gillick gets a 1-2-3 inning for Platte Valley in the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It is 4-3, Brush over Platte Valley. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers with a 4-3 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Landon Mesh leads off. Had a double his first time up as he hit the ball solid all the way to the fence in center field. Pitch from Howdy Johnson, and Landon Mesh has a single as he hits the ball between the gap between first and second on the ground. Landon Mesh 2 for 2 on the day.
Brush Speed Diggers. Tanner
Good start for Brush here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, I think it's now. Yeah, I said Rusnik, but I think it's Rusink. That's a tricky name. The shortstop for. So we both might have had mispronunciations there, but anyway, Landon Mesh picks up Brush's 7th hit of the game. So they're swinging the bats, Kevin.
Rush's had a little bit of confidence this week. They scored the 14 runs on a game that they should have scored 14 runs against Yuma on Tuesday, and then they won again on Wednesday, and so that gets them to where they're away from that 9-game losing streak, and Brush can gather some momentum as they head into next Saturday's ball game in the regionals.
First pitch was a fastball for a strike to Ludgate. RBI ground out his first time up.
The ball swung at and missed like a rusty gate. Tanner Ludgate's swing on that pitch.
Well, that was a nasty breaking ball that Howdy Johnson threw him.
Howdy Johnson ahead in the count against Tanner Ludgate, 0-2. The pitch upstairs and swung at by Ludgate, strikes out. Swinging and throw down from Silvas down to Weber at first, and Mesh is back in safely.
Tanner was set up in that at bat. That's probably the worst plate appearance he's had this season. He's such a good hitter, but he took a fastball down the middle, swung at a breaking ball down and away, and that pitch was a ball.
Gillick comes to the plate. He reached base on the air from the shortstop. His last time up, he roped that ball, and the shortstop just took his eye off of it, and Keaton Gillick was on base in the first inning.
Pitch is fouled, third base side, 1 ball, 1 strike, 4-3 in favor of the Bee Diggers in the bottom of the third. Stubbs Gas and Oil, one-stop shopping off of I-76 and exit 66A.
Pitch from Howdy Johnson to Keaton Gillick upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. You were going to give me another movie, John.
Yep, I'm going to give it to you right now.
Johnson over to first. Mesh back in. Brush has different numbers all the way around. They've got their white pants on with their burgundy tops with gold lettering and numbering. Pitch from Johnson swung at meekly by Keaton Gillick.
Harrison Ford is the clue to number 9. Harrison Ford.
Oh,
boy.
And that ball fouled up to the screen by Gillick. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, boy.
You're boying because I can't find the.
Yeah, because
the
when I tell you this, you're going to say, "How did I miss that one? How did I miss that one?" In the dirt, 3-2 to Gillick.
I can't think. Full count.
The actor who played the main character died a few years ago, Chadwick Boseman.
Boy, that still doesn't. And Gillick strikes out. Pitch at the knees, inside corner of the plate. Bat was still on his shoulder as he strikes out. Mesh still at first base. And Sawyer Albert, who had a single to right field between first and second, comes to the plate. Mesh with a lead, and that ball swung at and missed by Albert. Pitch that was low and outside.
If you're listening, you can find me on Facebook or the 1010 KSIR Sports page. If you know the movie that Harrison Ford and Chadwick Boseman were in, a baseball movie.
And Albert hits that down the line, and Mesh around second all the way to third, and they're going to hold him up at third, and Albert has a stand-up double as that ball one hop the fence in left field.
Albert is now 2 for 2. That was stroked beautifully, and now Caleb Jimenez, who had a great at-bat his first time up with a double, is going to be at the plate.
Movie's 42.
Oh, you don't. Okay, yep. The movie's 40. How did that happen? Did it just hit you all of a sudden?
Jason Holt.
Okay.
He
that's
texts
fine.
me.
That's
he
fine.
Texts me.
That's fine. Okay. So it was not okay. I don't want to give you full credit, any credit, if Jason got it. That pitch was scooped up by Nick Silvas. 1 ball and no strike. Second and third. 4-3 Brush. Bottom 3. 2 down, 2 on.
Be great if Brush could get another base hit right here, and that ball swung at and missed by Jimenez, but the ball stays right at the plate with the catcher. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Caleb. Caleb stroked the ball hard all the way out left center field his last at bat. I liked that bat that he had, and that ball Johnson throws a curveball, and Jimenez swings at and misses that.
That's the one that kills him, which would be a movie, Trouble with a Curve. Caleb is great on the fastball, but the breaking ball really hurts him.
The 1-2, and that pitch, strike 3.
And that was a breaking ball as well.
So Brush, no runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 runners on base. No errors by Platte Valley after 3 complete innings of play. Brush 4, Platte Valley 3. You're listening to B. Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Kevin Fergus with John Beltran here at Sunset Field. The last regular season home game of the season. Brush will be on the road next Saturday playing in the regional. Keaton Gillick with a 4-3 lead. And the pitch to Derek Kistler low for a ball to start off this top of the 4th inning. Keaton Gillick gets a sign from Wiley Eicher, the pitch, and that ball hit out towards center field. And that ball is a single. Derek Kistler has 2 hits for Platte Valley. And that was hit off the end of his bat, and it's just enough to get over the infield, but it was in front of Hunter Proctor in center.
And this is 7, 8, and 9 that Gillick had a little bit of an issue with first time around, as Azen Weber also had a base hit. Gillick got out of that jam beautifully in the 2nd inning after the first 2 did reach.
Gillick from the stretch to the plate, and that pitch took a little bit off, and that was low and inside.
All right, so Kevin Fergus has seen the movie 42, thanks to Jason Holder. Jason, you can keep playing. It's phone a Beat Digger fan or text from a Beat Digger fan. We don't do phones anymore on these type of games.
The 1-0 pitch, and that ball fouled up and over the screen.
All right, number 8. Number 8, Dennis Quaid.
Oh, that would be the rookie.
Oh, thank goodness. You're back on track.
That's my favorite movie. I've got the poster from the movie theater in my office.
Wow, your favorite, and number 8 on my list.
The 1-1 pitch on its way from Keaton Gillick to Hazen, and that ball hit out to Hunter Proctor in center field. Proctor makes the squeeze for the out, and the runner was halfway between second and third and had to retreat to first base. And the throw from Proctor to Albert was late, and they wouldn't have been able to get him anyway.
Outstanding off-speed pitch by Keaton Gillick. He had the left-handed hitter way off balance, and that's why he got way underneath it. And here's Logan Hackett. He had a critical at-bat when he hit that grounder or that bunt attempt, and Gillick threw to third to get the first out of the 2nd inning.
1 out, and pitch swung at and missed by Logan Hackett as he hacked at that pitch.
Nice job out of Kevin. He's back. Kevin is back. We lost him for a second with that movie 42 that Kevin had forgotten about, but you're back.
Logan Hackett, 154 batting average on the season. The throw from first base to Albert at first to keep Derek Kistler close a little bit late. Gillick ahead in the count, no balls and a strike, and that pitch just outside and thrown down from Eicher to first, and Kistler back in at first. Count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Number 9 hitting Logan Hackett steps into the plate, digs in against Keaton Gillick. Sophomore against sophomore. They'll be facing each other a couple times next few years, right, John? And that pitch, pass ball, as that glances off Wiley Eicher's glove and to the backstop, and Kistler takes second.
Yeah, he closed his glove way too early. I think he was trying to catch a pitch that wasn't thrown. And sometimes you close your glove too early, you mistake a fastball for a changeup and vice versa.
2-1 offering and swung at and missed by Hackett. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, Keaton has catched some of his pitches up against these hitters lower in the lineup, and they're not catching up, so that's not a bad strategy.
But maybe against 2, 3, 4 hitters, maybe not so much. The 2-2, and that ball hit out towards Mesh at second. Grabs it for the out, and the runner was off on the hit, and he flips it over to Percy Odell at second for the 4-6 double play. So no runs on 1 hit, nobody left on base, no Brush Beat Digger errors. After 3.5 innings, we're halfway through. Brush 4, Platte Valley 3. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Hunter Proctor will lead off in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Beat Diggers against Platte Valley, and Howdy Johnson, pitcher on the hill for Platte Valley. His Battery mate Nick Silvas completes the throw down to second base. Proctor steps in. Proctor, a senior. Proctor's made a number of outs in center field. I'd say at least 4, maybe 5 today at this point. And that pitch swung at and missed by Proctor on a pitch that was low and outside of the zone. Proctor plays center field, and he's wearing number 8 today, which is position number 8. Steps in against Howdy Johnson, the pitch, and Proctor attempted the bunt, and that's a strike.
We had Ludgate, who really struggled with his second at bat, and Proctor the same, just a little bit lost. They've got to recover here with 2 strikes. This is a sign of a mature hitter. Just try to recover.
The 0-2, and that pitch is low and outside.
So you've seen the rookie about 20 times, you said?
I've seen the rookie at least 20, if not more.
I might have to quiz you.
And that pitch swung at and missed. The ball gets away from Silvas, throws down to first, and Proctor's in the baseline, and it hits him in the back, and the first baseman's not able to make the play, so that would be an error on the catcher on the drop third strike, right, John?
Well, it's a wild pitch third strike, so it's no error, but it's a swing and a miss. It's just a wild pitch third strike. Well, it's either a drop third strike or a wild pitch third strike. Nonetheless, Proctor reaches, but it was a strikeout.
It was in the dirt, so we'll call it a wild pitch. The pitch, and Eicher gets around to where he attempts, but he gets the bat back, and then the throw down from Silvas down to Hazen Weber at first, and just a little bit late, just missed the tag. So the count, 1 ball, no strikes to Wiley Eicher, and that pitch, strike at the knees, over the heart of the plate.
All right, Dennis Quaid played the main character. Remember the pitcher's name? Because I just remembered it. I had to think about it, to be honest with you.
Jimmy Morris.
Jimmy Morris.
That pitch, and that fouled on the attempted bunt back to the screen.
And you remember the team that he was pitching for?
He pitched for the Devil Rays of Tampa Bay.
That's right.
And now they're just the Rays.
Right.
But they were the Devil Rays. I remember his son ended up, Dad, what's a Devil Ray?
That's right. And his first outing was against?
The Rangers.
That's in Arlington. All right, 1-2. Back to this game.
And swung at and missed by Eicher for strike 3.
That was an excellent breaking ball thrown by Howdy Johnson. And Johnson has struck out 2 in the inning, even though there's only 1 out. And Kevin, that's his 5th strikeout of the game because he's got that nasty curveball. Okay, now see that? Now the music is back. I hope that's a tribute to somebody. Because on its surface, it's ridiculous. But if that's a tribute to somebody, I get it.
Howdy Johnson's pitch, number 58 on the day. That's 41 strikes, 17 balls. And that was inside to Percy Odell. And that pitch is low and inside, gets away from the catcher for a pass ball. Proctor moves up to second base. 2-0 to Odell at the plate, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Proctor now at second. Pass ball, it just went through the catcher's glove. 2 balls, no strikes. Johnson the pitch, and the low and in the dirt. Ball 3.
Odell again at 1 for 2 in the game, scored the first run for the Bee Diggers. All the runs scored in the first inning. We're in the bottom of the 4th.
Johnson the pitch, and 3-0 down the middle for strike number 1. When Jimmy Morris first went into the locker room of the Devil Rays, you had Canseco, McGriff, Boggs.
That's right.
It's like an all-star lineup, and that pitch, Proctor steals third.
Well, the catcher, Silva, had trouble getting the ball out of his glove. If not, that would have been a much closer play, but a stolen base for the speedy senior Hunter Proctor. Now with a ground ball to the infield, you can drive in the 5th run of the game for Brush.
Full count, and that ball swung out on the curveball, a nasty curveball by Howdy Johnson, and Percy was tied up. He couldn't even get his arms extended, but yet the pitch was over the middle of the plate as it broke for strikeout.
Yeah, well, the Bee Diggers are not reading it out of his hand, because you read that out of the hand, you know it's a breaking ball. Like that one.
Metlin comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He walked his first at bat, but grounded out his last at bat. 2 outs in the inning. See if Brush can get this run in. And that pitch, curveball, drops through the zone for strike 1.
Johnson has 3 strikeouts in this inning, but there's only 2 down, so he could record the rare 4 strikeout inning.
The pitch, and that ball is in the dirt.
Yeah, I think Ben has seen the ball pretty well.
2 balls and a strike. Proctor on at third. The pitch from Johnson, low. 3 balls and a strike.
This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, and Weldona. John Beltran with Kevin Fergus in Brush.
The pitch from Johnson upstairs, ball 4. First and third for the Beat Diggers. Mesh comes to the plate. 2 for 2 on the day, a single. Well, I guess I'll state it correctly. He had a double and then a single. But on his way to hitting for a cycle, wouldn't that be something, John?
Oh, yeah.
Because be able to hit for a cycle,
it's tough, yeah. But
that would get 2 runs in, whether it's the home run or the triple.
But the Bee Diggers are not a home run hitting team, so that's going to be tough. Even though Landon's got some decent pop in his bat, and this is a short field, especially down the lines.
Chad Getman, head coach for Platte Valley, comes out and talks to his infield, talks to Howdy Johnson, just says, hey, just make sure that you guys know there's 2 outs and we're going to take care of the ball. We're going to get it to the base that we need to, whether it's at second or first for the force outs. And don't do anything extraneous in order to be a hero and try to get the guy out at home or anything along those lines. Larry Lawhead, the umpire, he goes out and visits with Chad Getman and breaks up the party at the mound. And everybody retreats to their positions. Howdy Johnson on the hill. He's thrown 68 pitches, 44 strikes at this point.
All right, I'm going to give you number 7. I don't want to quiz you anymore on the natural. I just gave away number 7.
Okay, I'm going to say the next one is a natural.
It's a natural, yeah. Yeah, the lead actor. You remember the lead actor?
Robert Redford.
There you go.
And that ball hit out second base, 2 hops, and over to shortstop for a 4-3 put out on the fielder's choice from Dagan Gomez to Cody Rasink. And Brush, no runs on no hits and nobody left on base. Well, no, they had 2 runners left on base and no Platte Valley errors. After 4.5 innings of play, Brush Beat Diggers 4, Platte Valley 3. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers through 4 innings have the 4-3 lead over the Platte Valley Broncos. Platte Valley 11-11 coming into the game. Brush 9-13. Both teams will be playing next week at a point we don't know, but they both will be playing as they're both 20 and 21 on the seating index. That ball hit up and over the screen for a foul as Jillick heading the count, no balls and a strike.
The reason I have the natural at number 7, too many unrealistic baseball scenes. I mean, the cover off the ball. I mean, it was fun. It was fun, an old-time movie.
Cover off the ball hits the lights.
Yeah. And even the
fireworks
baseball
go
scenes,
off.
Yeah, it was way too unrealistic.
Well, Kim Basinger is
that's
unrealistic.
That's a different, yeah, exactly. That pitch was low. 1-1 to Molinar is 0 for 1.
Jillick, the full windup, the pitch takes a little bit off. Strike on the inside corner of the plate.
Pick me out a winner, Bobby. That was near the end when he cracked his bat. Wonder Boy.
Ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3, inside corner of the plate. Strikeout looking. Keaton Jillick dealing here in the top of the 5th inning.
What a fastball that was. 4 strikeout for Keaton Jillick. And that's the leadoff hitter that you got out there, not just in the inning, in the lineup.
Nick Silvas, left-handed hitter, comes up here with 1 out. Top of the 5th inning.
And this guy can hit 1 for 2, hitting over 300 going into the game.
Pitch, a strike right across the middle of the plate. Keaton Jillick is settled in now, John. I think he's throwing well. Take that first inning out of the equation. He's put up 3 zeros in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings.
Yep, he looks great. He really does. He's commanding the zone.
That pitch, a ball. Count evens at 1. The offering, and that ball hit out towards center field. Proctor hauls that in for the out. Perfectly played.
It was laced out there, but again, positioning is so critical. And he shaded a little bit towards right center, and Hunter didn't even have to move that much, but that ball was struck very well.
Maybe 2 steps in, and that was it. Howdy Johnson comes to the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Jillick takes a little bit off, and that ball fouled up and over the screen.
Number 6 is going to be tough. Number 6 is a kid's baseball movie, a very popular one, but a kid's baseball movie. And to name an actor would be very difficult, but I think I've got one.
Jillick upstairs with a pitch. Count evens at 1.
Dennis Leary was in a movie. Tom Geary was in a movie who's not as popular.
Pitch from Jillick, swung at and missed by Howdy Johnson.
When you don't have a true baseball field to play on, you play on this type of field.
Would this be the Bad News Bears?
Nope. That's the name of the team. Nope. 1-2 here.
Oh, that pitch was outside. Count evens at 2. This is the movie with the little kid that became the manager.
No, that's
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, and that ball fouled up and over the screen.
Yeah, that's Little Big League.
And that's not in your top 10.
That's not. It's a good movie, not in my top 10. It's a foul. No, this one. You're killing me, Smalls. That's the most famous line of the movie. Oh boy.
Swung at and missed.
Oh, foul tipped.
Okay.
Got a piece of it. Still 2-2 to Howdy Johnson. Yep, you're killing me, Smalls is the most famous line in the movie. And there's a pool scene.
Oh, yeah, I know the pool scene. And that ball swung at and missed by Howdy Johnson for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Platte Valley after 4 1/2 innings. Brush 4, Platte Valley 3. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers come to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tanner Ludgate wearing number 14 today rather than the number 24 that we're accustomed to. Facing Howdy Johnson, Brush with a 4-3 lead. Howdy Johnson pitch number 70 on the way, and that ball hit by Ludgate out to left field between third base and shortstop for a base hit.
That's a great swing by Ludgate after he scuffled it in second at bat, and he has Brush's 9th hit of the game. There's a character in the movie named Squints as well. Squints, Kill Me Smalls. That would be at number 6.
I know the movie. I mean, Babe Ruth got the baseball.
That's correct.
It ends up getting eaten by the dog and everything else, and that ball by Jillick lined into center field for a base hit. Ludgate moves up to second. First pitch swinging, and Brush has runners at first and second in 2 pitches.
Think of what's on a beach when you're walking. You don't walk on grass, you walk on
sandlot. Sandy Sandlot. Yeah,
Sandlot.
Okay, we got it. Thank you for that clue.
Okay, I think the courtesy runner there, that should be Thatcher Queen at first base. It is. And now the Beat Diggers have something cooking.
Thatcher Queen at first, Ludgate at second. The pitch, a strike at the knees to Sawyer Albert.
He's had 2 great at-bats today with that single and double down the left field line.
Pitch from Johnson to Albert, and that ball hit towards third base to Flummerfelt, and that ball off his glove, and no play. Runners safe, first, second, and third. Call that an error against Flummerfelt.
That's their second error of the game, and if Caleb can they're not going to throw him a fastball. I'm telling you, they can't throw him if they throw him a fastball, he's a really good fastball hitter. This is a critical moment. The Beat Diggers lead 4-3. Nobody out, bases loaded, bottom of the 5th. We'll get to my number 5 movie in just a second here.
Yeah, huge. No outs. I mean, this would be great if Brush would be able to score some runs here. And that pitch upstairs to Caleb Jimenez.
Yeah, that was just a setup. They're going to be throwing him breaking balls.
Caleb Jimenez normally wears number 11. Today he's wearing number 20 with these uniforms. The pitch from Johnson upstairs, just above his helmet. 2 balls, no strikes. No place to put Jimenez here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Well, he might have to come in with a fastball.
That's what I was just thinking right there. Here's the pitch, and that ball outside 3 balls, no strikes to Caleb Jimenez.
Well, this is the best way to drive in a run. Don't even swing. Doubled and struck out 3-0. This is going to be an automatic take, maybe two automatic takes.
He will take this pitch right here, the pitch, Johnson. And that ball 4 upstairs. It was in his eyes, and that brings in Brush's 5th run here in the 5th inning. Hunter Proctor will come to the plate. Hunter has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice, and then also on a wild pitch, 3rd strike.
Ludgate makes it 5-3 as he scores. I'm not sure who the runner is at first, since the wearing 29 today.
I'll look here.
Yeah, I think you've got the original lineup.
Let's see.
Anyway, they're still having a conversation out there. 9 locations across northeast Colorado and Nebraska means there's always one close by at Rudy's Tires. Visit rudystires.com for more.
I think that's Malachi Teal.
Okay.
Pinch running for Caleb Jimenez. Bases loaded. Brush with a run here in the 5th inning. Hunter Proctor pitch at the knees. A strike on the outside part of the plate. Johnson ahead in the count to Proctor. The pitch and the curveball buckles to the knees, and that's strike 2. Johnson was able to get ahead in the count, and now he's got that curveball working for him here in the pitch. And that ball, strike 3, outside corner of the plate.
Those are 3 good pitches. Well, with a fastball there, and it just fooled. I think Hunter was waiting for the breaking ball.
Wiley Eicher steps in, single and strikeout. 1 out in the inning. Brush still has the opportunity in order to be able to get a run in. Pitch from Johnson in the dirt and blocked by Silvis.
Number 5, based on a famous event in baseball, Kevin, that happened over 100 years ago.
8 man out.
Bingo.
And that ball's a strike at the knees to Wiley Eicher.
That movie was well done, really well done. 5-3, the Bee Diggers in the lead here with 1 out, bases loaded in the 5th.
It still makes me shake my head about that because it's like I don't think they were ever really found guilty, but yet there were suspected type of situations that occurred as Eicher hits that ball to the
right, which is why the
dugout.
commissioner, Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis, suspended them forever.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and that pitch upstairs. Count evens at 2.
Or expelled them from the game, threw them out of the game. 2-2 here for Eicher. Big at bat. Platte Valley looking to stay in this game.
That's what makes Field of Dreams such a fun movie, because you've got those guys from that, and that ball swung at and missed by Eicher for strike 3. 2 outs now in the inning. Bases still loaded. Percy Odell comes to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day, and Percy struck out on a curveball his last at bat.
As did Eicher right now.
And that ball, curveball, strike. Howdy Johnson's curve is working well for him today. Pitch, and that ball over the top, swinging Percy Odell. Down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. We'll see what Johnson throws, and that pitch swung at and missed, strike 3. Brush scores 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave the bases loaded. After 5 innings of play, and John Beltran will be with you as we go to the 6th inning. Brush 5, Platte Valley 3. You're listening to Bee Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Let's go to the top of the 6th inning. John Beltran with Kevin Fergus. The Bee Diggers lead Platte Valley 5-3, and this is going to be a tough part of the lineup coming up. Here for Platte Valley, Hudson Flummerfeld doubled and popped out, drove in a run. Keaton Gillick has been outstanding since the 1st, and that fastball is up and in. All right, number 4 on the list, Kevin, Tim Robbins, Susan Sarandon.
Oh, that'd be Bull Durham.
That would be Bull Durham, and I'll tell you a story about that. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and lifted foul, not a play off to the right. Randy Getman, who passed away 3-4 years ago, the best player ever to play for Fort Morgan High School.
Correct.
He was in the Chicago Cubs system. He said that movie accurately portrayed the way, at least back then, what took place in the minors at every single level. The pitch swung on in line towards left center field. That's a base hit. It will roll all the way, 2 hops, and it crashes up against the fence. It's a leadoff double, second of the game for Flummerfelt. This one coming in the 6th inning. And that brings up Cody Rusink. Hit that 2-run inside the park homer and struck out looking.
I ended up buying a vehicle from Ehrlich Toyota one time when Randy Getman was a salesman there, and Randy ended up telling me a story when he was playing spring training game, and the Cubs were playing the Giants. Willie McCovey comes to the plate.
Oh, the pitch. Swing and a miss, threw it right by Rusink. No balls and 1 strike.
And Randy was playing first base, and McCovey swings, and Getman didn't see the ball. He just puts his glove up in front of his face
to protect himself. Yeah, the pitch swung on line, base hit into right field, and Flummerfelt to third, and Platte Valley's in business. Throw goes all the way through, but the hitter does not advance. First and third with nobody out of the 6th inning, and here come the Broncos. So McCovey, it's that liner.
It was a liner, and Randy had no idea where it was, and it was like he just put his glove up, and it was in the webbing of his glove. And it was like, he said, I knew that my time was getting short when guys like that can rocket the ball as hard as what McCovey did.
Dagan Gomez struck out looking and popped to center. He's 0 for 2. Platte Valley and Brush in a tight ball game, 5-3. The pitch scoring to bunt, and he pops it foul off to the right. Eicher gives chase, but it was way off to the right, and it caromed off the fence. No balls and 1 strike. Platte Valley has not scored since the 1st inning. The Bee Diggers hadn't scored since the 1st until Caleb Jimenez drew a 4-pitch bases-loaded walk at the bottom of the 5th inning. The infield is back. They'll concede a run for an out. The offering. Fastball is up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. So that's at number 4 is Bull Durham from 1989, I believe, was the year of that movie. Of course, Kevin Costner played Crash Davis. The stretch. 1-1. Runner going. Down and in. Throw to second. It's going to be cut off by the second baseman, Mesh. And 2 runners in scoring position. A stolen base for Cody Rusink. Oh, this could be a brand new ball game if Gomez can do something. Now the infield is playing in. On a 2-1 count, the stretch by Gillick. The offering. And the fastball is up and in, 3-1. Now you do have the bottom of the order, but Kistler on deck, who has not hit the ball well this year, is 2 for 2 in this game. 3 balls and 1 strike the pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. Belt high, down the middle, it's 3-2. Unofficially, Gillick at 87 pitches, so more than likely will not be able to finish this thing off. 3-2, but it is the regular season finale. The pitch, swing and a foul. Oh man, nearly caught by Eicher, but it tipped off his glove. And that barely made contact. I mean, a smidgen of contact. 3-2 once again to Dagan Gomez. At third is Flummerfelt. Rusink at second. 5-3 Brush. The pitch, called strike 3, no doubt about it. Fastball in the outer half at the knees, a called strike 3, and a huge strikeout for Keaton Gillick. And watch out with Kistler. This guy just made simple contact and has hit the ball into center field twice, while Howdy Johnson has 9 strikeouts for Platte Valley. Gillick has just picked up his 6th. Yeah, don't get cute if you're Gillick. Don't get cute.
What Kistler has done at this point in the game with his 2 base hits, he's just put the bat and met the ball, and the ball's momentum and the bat and physics, it works.
That's
and
it.
He's just gotten the ball to the outfield grass for a couple base hits.
Yeah, you don't want Gillick to be worried about the trail runner just because he's got a huge lead. Got to get the hitter. The offering. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. See, if you just worry about this guy, throw back to third. And Eicher's got to be very careful with those throws. He has cut down 1 or 2 runners this year, but you got to be very careful with those. No balls and 1 strike. It's not conventional baseball to try to pick off runners from behind the plate. That's a strike on the inner half at the knees to Kistler. It's 0-2 now. Does Keaton Gillick throw something out of the zone and get Kistler chasing?
I think he's just aggressive and goes get him right here. If he throws it low in the zone, I think the 2 hits that Kistler has had have been up in the zone, letter high, chest high, and those 2 pitches low in the zone. And the first one he swung at, he was over the top of it, and this last one he didn't even offer at.
No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, second and third, 5-3 Brush, top 6, and a step off. Well, Keaton's got a game plan. He's very unflappable, but that's what base runners try to do. They want to make you flappable. They want to make you a little bit nervous. The offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and away. That's the pitch to make by Keaton Gillick. Second consecutive strikeout, 7th of the game. And here is Hazen Weber, who is singled and popped out. A good left-handed hitter. Got to watch out for him. What a job by Keaton Gillick. Now can he finish it off? Again, just play some defense and make the play. Weber hitting .271 prior to today's game. The offering. That's a fastball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Gillick might be able to pitch some of the 7th. At third is Flummerfelt. Rusink at second. They were there with nobody out. Now there's 2 down. Laying down the sign is Zeiker in the pitch. Foul to the backstop on a pitch at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the Beat Diggers in the 20th position. Platte Valley 21st in the RPI. You want to avoid playing a top 8 seed in your first game next Saturday. The pitch, up and away. Yeah, your what is it, Kevin? Your top 8 seeds play your bottom 8 seeds, basically 25 through 32. The pitch, in and off the glove of Eichert, no advance, 3-1.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly how that plays out. And I did double check just because, each year it seems like it's always a little bit different. The top 8 seeds are the top 8 seeds on the seeding index
right.
that CHSAA puts out. A couple of years ago, it was if you were a conference champion.
We'll get to that in a second. 3-1. And he threw a breaking ball down and away, and the bases are loaded for Logan Hackett. And Hackett is the number 9 hitter. Go ahead, you finish that off, Kevin, with the...
Yeah, before it was a league champion, I mean, you could be number 20 on that, and you could still host. But
exactly.
Now it's the top 8 host, and the Patriot League has 5 teams in that mix right now. But Sterling lost yesterday to Timnath 5-1, and Sterling will probably drop out of the top 8, and they'll drop to number 9 or number 10.
Fielder's choice in a line drive for Hackett. He fouled off the first pitch. It's 0-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 6th. That is just outside. Fastball down and away. Yeah, Gillick will not be able to finish off this game. He's got almost 100 pitches. 1 ball, 1 strike. But if he can get Hackett, the Bee Diggers would retain a 2-run lead. The pitch, swung on line. That's going to tie the game. It's a base hit into right field. Jimenez comes up with the ball. Around third is Rusink. Towards the plate, it's cut off by Gillick. And to third is Hazen Weber. A 2-run, 2-out single by the number 9 hitter, Logan Hackett. And it's 5-5 in the 6th inning. And here is Jeremiah Molinar. Molinar can actually put Platte Valley out in front. No, we're good. We're good. I turned up my volume incidentally there. That's why it was so low.
Oh, I thought we're off.
No, we're good.
Okay.
The pitch swung on, popped foul, not a play. Big base hit by Logan Hackett. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, it's your thing. There it goes. So okay. I hit that. That's why I didn't hear anything. The stretch and the offering. Curveball, it hit him. The thing is that Keaton has not thrown a ton of breaking balls and decided to do it there. And now we might have to go to the bullpen here. If you're Coach Odell, I think that's got to be it. He's thrown 102 pitches. He appears to be tiring. He walked the hitter, gave up a 2-run single, and hit a batter. And you're facing Nick Silvas, who's 1 for 3, flied out, singled, and lined out. And this should be it, I would think. I mean, you can go with 1 more, but Gillick is not the same pitcher that he was at the beginning of this inning. And, yeah, he pitched a heck of a game, but he'll be replaced here with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Caleb Jimenez will come in to pitch with a game tied at 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's see. It looks like there's been a change here with, we know that the left fielder, 38, Kevin. I don't know if you got.
Yeah, I've got it here.
That's not Dylan Kropp.
Dylan
That is Dylan Kropp. Okay, in left field.
And Metland goes to right field, and then Caleb Jimenez comes in to pitch.
Those are the changes. We're tied at 5, a 2-run single by Logan Hackett with 2 outs off Keaton Gillick, and these runners are his responsibility. Jimenez has thrown well this year. Got a big left-handed hitter, Nick Silvas. The offering, down and away with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Weber at third, Hackett at second. Molinar at first. Hackett got to second after Molinar was hit by a pitch. Jimenez ready in the offering, and he bounces that one in. 2-0. Now he's got to come in with one. Jimenez is put well together. He's a strong kid. He's got easy mechanics, but now he's really got to throw a pitch that is in the strike zone. 2-0. That is a strike dropped by Eicher, but it was a strike at the knees. And Whitey's got to be a wall back there. 2-1. The pitch. Pop foul, third base side and over the dugout. 2-2. Caleb looking to put away Nick Silvas. As Platte Valley has rallied from a 2-run hole with 2 runs in this inning. Keep it right there if you're Brush. And the offering. Outside, way outside with a fastball. That was nowhere close. The runners will be going, so a base hit in the outfield could make it a 7-5 game. Big pitch coming up for Caleb Jimenez. 3-2. That's way outside and upstairs. It's a bases-loaded walk. Scoring is Weber, and it's 6-5. Gives Silvas the RBI. Howdy Johnson has popped out and struck out twice. Bases remain loaded. The pitch way outside with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Not easy coming into a bases loaded situation. And the offering. Popped up. Foul territory over the screen and out of play.
Did they get your car, John?
I don't know. I don't know whose it got. I thought it went further than that. Yeah, I think it went further.
Might have been across the street.
Yeah, I think so. 1-1 pitch. Pop foul. And by the way, the pitcher of record is Gillick. That run charged to Gillick. So he's given up now 6 runs, and he's still got 2 more out there as responsibility. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the plate. And he bounces it in and bounces up the third base side. Here comes the runner, Hackett. On the wild pitch, throw to third, and Eicher throws it into left field. Oh, I don't know what Whitey was doing there. I kept saying it. You got to watch out with careless throws. And it's now 8-5. The Bee Diggers are coming apart here. A wild pitch and a throwing error, and 2-run score on 1 pitch. I mean, wild pitchers are going to happen, but there is no reason for Eicher to make that play. 0 reason. A runner at third. 5 runs across in the 6th. And time is called. The Bee Diggers are now down by 3. Their second 3-run deficit of the game. The first one happened after the top of the first. And the offering popped up. Foul territory, left side, and that one is out of play. On top of the covering.
Wiley.
Count remains at 2-2. All these runs, in fact, all of Platte Valley's 8 runs in the game have been scored with 2 outs in an inning. 3 in the first and these 5 in the second. Started off with that 2-run single from Logan Hackett. Then the wild pitch, actually the bases loaded walk, the wild pitch and the throwing error. And now here comes Coach Odell to have a conversation with Caleb. And with the way the Bee Diggers have been looking offensively, Kevin, it's going to be a tough road back because Howdy Johnson has been getting stronger. He's got 9 strikeouts in the game. And Brush had a chance for a big inning there. That was 4-3 bases loaded with nobody out. They scored only 1 run out of that.
Howdy's in the 90s on pitch count.
And that's what helps Brush, is that he's not going to be able to go the distance. The offering. Swung on, grounded, left side. Nice play to his left by Ludgate. Throw to first is low, and it skips by Sawyer Albert. Up against the fence. It's going to score a run. An error on Ludgate. It's 9-5 Platte Valley. An unearned run on a bad throw by Ludgate. The Bee Diggers have committed 2 errors in this inning. And right now, Brush is just giving these runs away with too many mistakes. Hudson Flummerfelt is 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles. This will be the 9th man to the plate. Inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Flummerfelt. Caleb to the plate. Breaking ball is a beauty on the inner half. 1 ball and 1 strike. But again, Gillick is still your pitcher of record because the go-ahead run was a runner that Gillick allowed to get on base. The offering. Swung on and line on a 3-hop to the shortstop. Odell plays it off his body, throws to first in time. And the Bee Diggers finally get out of that mess. But it's going to be a long way back for the Bee Diggers, undoubtedly, in the inning for Platte Valley. 6 runs on 3 hits. 2 monumental Brush errors and 1 left. 5.5 innings are in the books. The Bee Diggers trail the Platte Valley Broncos 9-5 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Ben Metlin will now hit to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Platte Valley 9, Brush 5. The pitch, the breaking ball's in the dirt. Metlin has walked twice and grounded out. I think Metlin, even though he doesn't have a hit, has seen the ball better than every other Bee Digger in the lineup, with the exception maybe of Sawyer Albert, who's got 2 hits, because this guy's got 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, Metlin's not chased anything out of the zone or the curveballs that Johnson has thrown.
Nor did he chase that. A fastball away. It's 2-0. I'll get to the number 3 movie here in just a second. Number 3 is very easy. The pitch, way outside. Johnson's overthrowing. He's well over 90 pitches now, or a little bit over 90 pitches. 3 balls and no strikes. Walter Mathau.
Oh, this is the Bad News Bears.
That is correct. 3-0. And that's a strike down the middle. And why did he throw his bat? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Don't make sure he's called, because then close pitches might go against you.
Yeah, you better be looking on this next one.
And that's fisted foul. That pitch might have been ball 4. That was way inside. See, it throws you off rhythm as a hitter. Now you got to really settle in. He thought he had a walk, and I don't know why, because the 3-0 pitch was right down the middle. But Ben's a solid hitter. Let's see, 3-2. And the offering. And that's down and away. That's a sharp breaking ball. Man, Metlin has done a terrific job.
3 base on balls for Ben today.
They could have had more, but the Bee Diggers have swung at pitches that are not necessarily there. Metlin on base 3 times, as you mentioned. Landon Mesh has doubled, singled, and grounded into a fielder's choice. He's also seen the ball well. So him, Albert, and Metlin, the 3 Bee Diggers, have seen the ball the best today on a consistent basis. The offering. Fouled off to the right. That's an excellent fastball by Johnson, in on the hands. No balls and 1 strike. Morgan Community College. Start your associate degree, continue your education, or get a specialized certificate. morgancc.edu. Breaking ball up and away. I'll say that slower. morgancc.edu. Morgan Community College. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom 6, Platte Valley leads 9-5. The pitch, swung on line and on a hop, backhanded. The throw to second for 1. Over to first. That's going to be late. It's an excellent play by Gomez at second. That ball was hit like a bullet by Mesh. Nothing that Medlin could do there. He had to freeze. And because of Mesh's speed, because that's a double play. But Mesh is so fast, he got down the line. They only get the lead out. Here's Tanner Ludgate, 1 for 3. The pitch, curveball is right down the middle. It's 0-1. Ludgate grounded out, struck out, and a base hit to left field. At the belt and to the plate. Foul tipped into the glove of Silvas on a fastball. It's 0-2. Yeah, the Bee Diggers really have not shown that they have the type of offense to rally in this type of deficit, and that's in the dirt. But they're gamers. We know that. They are gamers. It's not always about talent. It's about will as well. But Howdy Johnson has plenty of will, as evidenced by the 9 strikeouts he's got so far. Swung on and lifted into shallow left center field, but coming on and making the grab is Molinar. Back to first is Mesh, 2 down.
Next up to bat for your Brush Beat Diggers, Dylan Krob.
2 down for Dylan Krob, his first plate appearance. All those 2-out runs, 8, make it 9 2-out runs by Platte Valley. The pitch, fastball is outside. How many pitches you got for Howdy?
102.
That's what I've got. 1 ball and no strikes. This will be his last inning. He might be able to throw to a batter in the 7th. The offering, swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt, and that skips away. And to second off the wild pitch is Mesh. And this is where Dylan's youth is certainly going to present a challenge for him. You swing at a pitch like that, but again, he hasn't seen guys throw like this. The offering, swung on and tapped foul. Got a good swing on that breaking ball. It's 1-2. And there's a big difference in this game between freshmen and sophomores and juniors and seniors, all based on experience, especially when we're talking about hitting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 down. The offering, fouled. Oh, he swung at a pitch in on the hands. I think it got part of it. Well, he swung. Oh, the ball gets away. He's taking off at first. Throw to first to complete the strikeout. So he swung at a pitch that never made contact with a bat. I guess it made contact with his arm.
With his arm.
Made contact with his arm, and they had to throw him out. So that goes as a strikeout of Dylan Krob. He had the awareness to take off at first after he realized that the ball was not in the catcher's glove. 10 strikeout for Howdy Johnson. The inning is over. The Bee Diggers strand a runner. We head to the 7th inning. Platte Valley's in the lead over Brush, 9-5 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. First pitch is high. The second pitch is a strike to Cody Rusink here in the top of the 7th inning. John Beltran with Kevin Fergus. The Bee Diggers trail the game 9-5. They led through outs, but Platte Valley rallied with 6 in the 6th inning. And the breaking ball is upstairs. And the count moves to 2-1. Rusink with a 2-run inside the park homer, a strikeout and a single. He's 2 for 3. Caleb to the plate. That's upstairs. Doesn't have his A stuff out of the bullpen. 10 balls and 9 strikes so far, and he walked a hitter with the bases loaded. A wild pitch scored a run. The offering swung on and popped up into shallow left field. The shortstop Odell is back, and he makes the catch, backpedaling towards the left fielder Krob. 1 down. Nice play by Odell. And that sends up Dagan Gomez, who has struck out twice and popped out in his second plate appearance. Here's the wine and offering. Breaking ball is a beauty. That's why it's so difficult, Kevin. You know this. You were the head coach here for 4 seasons. The wind and the offering swung on and fouled off to the right. You bring in a position player into pitch in a tight situation, bases loaded. And, they're not warming up for a while. Swung on, grounded left side. Odell in the hole. Fields fires to first. 2 down. That's a great play. An excellent throw. A bullet to first by Percy Odell. Gomez is 0 for 4. 2 down in the 7th. Yeah, you bring in some. One is to bring a position player in, but to do it with the bases loaded.
Yeah, it just makes it really difficult. I mean, you try to anticipate, hey, we're getting close on pitch count. Hey, you need to probably get down and maybe warm up in the bullpen and be prepared.
But you can't do it.
But you can't do it when you're out in the field, and the game falls apart on you.
And the breaking ball's a strike because Caleb Jimenez looks terrific now. No balls and 1 strike, and he's a really solid pitcher. Great mechanics. The pitch swung and a foul. 0-2 to Derek Kistler. Platte Valley's got 9 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base. The Bee Diggers have stranded 9. That's a killer. 5 runs on 10 hits and 2 huge errors. The pitch, and that one went behind the hitter. Might have been a fastball or a breaking ball that never broke. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 2 down and the bases empty in the top of the 7th inning. And the pitch up and in. So we had Bad News Bears at number 3, a classic Walter Matthau. I mean, just a great movie. Number 2, Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker.
Just a bit outside.
And we know the movie? The pitch, fouled.
That's foul ball.
Yeah, you remember the name of the movie? I didn't say the movie. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I put Kevin in a very uncomfortable position. The 2-2 pitch swung on and line towards right field. 2 is left as Metlany makes the running catch. This is high school baseball. That movie is Major League Baseball, or Major League is the title of the movie. As
Major League.
Caleb Jimenez.
Major League.
Caleb Jimenez retires the side in order in the top of the 7th. The Bee Diggers need 4 to tie, 5 to win, trailing Platte Valley 9-5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The third out, very difficult for the Bee Diggers to get in the top of the 6th inning because they led 5-3 when Platte Valley scored 6 unanswered runs. Now the Bee Diggers want to make all 3 outs very difficult for Platte Valley to attain in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 9-5 as Brush and Sawyer Albert, who's had an excellent game offensively, will lead off. A single, a double, and a board on an error. Been on base 3 times. He's 2 for 3. And it'll be Cody Rusink, the shortstop, trading places with Howdy Johnson. Rusink to try to close this game, not in a save situation, but nonetheless the right-hander is on. The pitch is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes, 4-3, and a 3.86 ERA for the senior.
And he's thrown 41 2/3 innings and 26 base on balls and 28 strikeouts in those 41 2/3 innings.
On a pitch tailing away, fouled off the end of the bat to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Albert, Jimenez, and Proctor, but the Bee Diggers got to turn over the lineup. They got to get to the 1 or 2 hole. The pitch, swing and a miss and a nasty curveball. And it's 1-2. Howdy Johnson recorded 10 strikeouts in his 6 innings of work and walked 4. The pitch, swung on and grounded to third. Flummer fell to his left, spins, throws, 1 out. And here is Caleb Jimenez, who has doubled, struck out, and a bases-loaded walk. Caleb in the game has driven in 2 runs because that double drove in 1 of them. The pitch, the bender in the dirt. No, he didn't go there. Oh, come on. That was not a swing. That's not a swing. He did not commit on that one. Now, I think that was a guess. No balls and 1 strike. Kevin, how did you see that one?
He didn't go around.
Yeah. Pitches up and away. That's just a guess over there. There's no way.
I had a better view than the umpire at first base.
1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, that's a really bad call. The pitch, that is outside. Ball 2, strike 1. 1 out and the base is empty. Platte Valley leads 9-5 in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Bee Diggers need a major rally. The pitch, that is just off the plate. 3-1. Man, that barely missed. Brush needs at least 3 base runners. And the offering squaring to bunt. That's down and in, and Caleb walks for the 2nd consecutive time. He's had a nice game on base 3 times. Hunter Proctor singled his first time up, but it's been rough since then. He struck out twice, even though he did reach on that second strikeout. And here is Thatcher Queen, who will be the courtesy runner for Jimenez. Again, you need two more. Kevin, is it me or do we smell the popcorn?
I can smell the popcorn. I can smell Verna Burgers back there on the grill. They smell really good.
By the way, #1 baseball movie, you said it earlier. It's a baseball heaven. It's a baseball cornfield.
The Natural.
No.
I'm sorry, Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams.
I almost lost you there again. The pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and one strike.
I heard you and Bull talk about this here about 2 weeks ago on Colorado Preps and More.
Yeah, we've reviewed virtually every baseball movie. There is short lead at first, The Offering, and that's in the dirt. Nice block there by Silvas. 1-1 to Hunter Proctor.
And you couldn't come up with Terrence Mann's first name.
Oh,
and
that
I'm
was
thinking,
terrible.
oh, John, it's Terrence. It's Terrence.
Yeah,
It's Terrence.
yeah, I couldn't do it. I was terrible at that. The pitch, way outside. Ball 2, strike 1. Yeah, I should have known that. Played by James Earl Jones, one of the great voices of all time, and he's still alive at age, I believe, 92. I think he was born in 1931, or maybe 93.
I think that's correct.
The stretch and the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Hunter swing a little bit loopy there, and it's tough to make contact unless you flatten out that bat. 2-2 to the Bee Diggers center fielder. Has been very good today defensively, but has been challenged in the offensive end after the base hit. The Offering swung on and grounded over the mound. The shortstop charges and steps in the bag for one, throws to first, and the game is over. Howdy Johnson turns a 6-3 double play, and Platte Valley wins the game by a score of 9-5. As the Bee Digger regular season comes to an end with a 9-14 record. It's a 2-minute break. Kevin and I will wrap up the game after this. Platte Valley 9, Brush 5 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Kevin Fergus. The Bee Diggers fall to the Platte Valley Broncos in Brush 9-5. Bee Digger post game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Begin your planning for the growing season. If you haven't done so already, call Dusty or Roxy, 970-571-2024. Platte Valley with 9 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base. The Bee Diggers 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on base. The winning pitcher was Howdy Johnson. The loss went to Keaton Gillick. Time of the game, 1 hour and 56 minutes, and a lot of scoring in the first inning. As Platte Valley got 3 runs, an RBI double by Hudson Flummerfelt, a 2-run inside the park homer by Cody Rusink. The Bee Diggers, though, rallied with 4 in the bottom of the first inning. Landon Mesh with a run-scoring double. Tanner Ludgate's ground out made it 3-2. Then an error scored the 3rd run before Caleb Jimenez hit a double, making it 4-3. And then it stayed that way until Jimenez drew a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bee Diggers up 5-3, but then the key pitch of the game after Gillick walked a batter. Bases loaded, 2 down. Logan Hackett goes into right field, gets a 2-run single, tied at 5. Caleb Jimenez comes in, walks the hitter with the bases loaded, then a wild pitch and a throwing error on the same play makes it 8-5. And they just kept going from there. Another Bee Digger error made it 9-5, and that's where we sit as the Bee Diggers end their regular season with a record of 9 wins and 14 losses. And in league action, let's see, 5-9.
And that should cement them as 9th place in the Patriot League.
Yep.
They had a chance if they won that they could get all the way up to 6th place. But, that doesn't really matter as to the standings within the Patriot League. Just with the way CHASA has set up everything based off the seeding index, RPI, and max preps combined.
Platte Valley had 6-7 and 12-11, so a better record league-wise and overall than the Bee Diggers. But both teams are in the playoffs, Kevin. And going in, Brush was the 20th in the RPI, Platte Valley 21st, but now obviously now they're going in opposite directions after this result, and now we just have to try to figure out, even though I believe it'll be made official tomorrow or Monday, where these teams will be headed for district semifinal play coming up a week from today.
It might be a little bit later than that because
could it be? Oh, that's right. They have some makeup games. I think you're right.
Valley plays Sterling on Monday.
You're right.
And
You're right.
Wellington and Res play on Monday. So I mean that could end up changing things around just a little bit more.
You're right.
In fact, I think Chad Getman was saying that Byers or Bennett has a game on Tuesday next week, and it's like, why would you do that? Because that's just going to mess up your pitching as you go into next weekend playing regional baseball.
I mean, that's the latest you can have it to have everybody eligible, but you're right. It still wears down your pitching staff getting that close to next Saturday, but that's the case here. So, I mean, we could try to calculate it all we want, but there's going to be too many changes made because of the games that you mentioned coming up on Monday involving Patriot League teams, and I'm sure there could be others outside the Patriot League that could shift Brush around, but I think it's pretty confident to say they would not play a top 8 seed in their first game.
Correct.
Because you'd have to be 25th or lower, and the Bee Diggers more than likely would finish 22nd or 23rd, but they would play, Kevin, maybe a 10 or an 11 seed?
They very well could. And just with yesterday afternoon, I ended up going through and I ended up getting everything set up, and based off of Friday and the seeding index and everything. And Brush would have been 18 seed at that point, but then Timnath ended up beating Sterling yesterday 5-1, and then that just upset the apple cart, and then everything started changing. And on top of all this, Max Preps only updates their records twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays. And Sterling lost, and they were still sitting on the seeding index as 7th, but they lost, and Max Preps will update,
right.
And then Sterling probably should be 10th or 11th. So where the Patriot League was looking at possibly having 5 teams of the top 8 that would be hosting, Sterling's probably on the outside looking in, and so the Patriot will only have 4 teams in the top 8 that will be hosting. So Brush right now, I mean, they could end up going on the road to where if they drop down to number 22, they could be over to Delta, perhaps, because there's so many matchups that you've got to avoid in the first round. The first round, you can't have league teams playing each other in the first round. The second round, that's okay.
Right.
So it's one of those where if Brush was 21 or 22, possibly, just with today's loss, what that could end up doing is that could push them to a Delta. It could push them to the Colorado Academy. And when I was talking to Coach Odell before the game, that was one thing that really stood out to him, that it would be better for this team mentally to be able to go to a team that's not in the Patriot League in order to be able to play. And you win the first round, and then you're facing a team from a different league, and all bets are off, and you're able to take it for what it is and just play them straight up.
Absolutely. Yeah, no familiarity for both teams if you're playing a team that's not in your league. We'll find out. And again, I think you're right. We'll probably find out on Wednesday then. By Wednesday, we'll find out where the Bee Diggers are going. But wherever they are, we will be there right here. I'll be there next Saturday, wherever the destination is for the district semifinals, hopefully the district championship game as well, right here on 1010 KSIR. Thanks to Kevin Fergus for all the work Kevin's done this season. Rose Condis, who has been back in studio for many of our games. I'm John Beltran. Have a great weekend, and God bless. The final score in the regular season finale on this Saturday afternoon. Platte Valley rallies with 6 in the 6th. They defeat the Brush Bee Diggers 9-5 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.